If Meta marketing pros tell you to optimize for add to cart, don't do it. In fact, never ever optimize for add to cart. This is something that generally comes up when people are stuck in the learning phase and they have learning limited notifications in their account, which is extremely common if you're using lots of low budget campaigns and ad sets. The lower budget means any one asset can't get enough conversions to be able to exit that learning phase. Remember, Meta suggests that you need to get 50 conversions a week in order to exit the learning phase fast enough. So if you don't have a large enough budget to get those 50 conversions, you're not going to be able to exit that learning phase in the space of the week, and you'll be perpetually stuck in learning limited, which means you're going to have more volatile results from your campaigns. So if you have these consultation calls with Meta's team, they're going to try and help you solve this because they're going to see the learning limited, and they'll suggest things like optimizing for higher funnel actions in order to be able to exit the learning phase, and then you can move on to conversions. So if you ever jump on one of these calls with Meta's marketing pros, they will see this learning limited and they will give you advice on how to get past it. And that advice is generally to optimize for a higher funnel conversion event, like add to cart or initiate checkout, and build up 50 conversions that way, get all the data, scale your campaign. And then once you're able to do that, you can then switch over to the purchase conversion event because you now have more data coming in, and you should be able to get the 50 conversions with that purchase event. And of course, not be in the learning phase. But there's a major problem with this. Although the theory is sound, it just does not work like that in reality. If you optimize for add to carts, you will attract more people who do just that, aka window shoppers. People who have a tendency to add to cart, but not actually continue on and purchase the thing. That is the signals they're giving the platform. They are people who add to cart, but they don't necessarily purchase, so you don't really want them as an e-commerce business. But because you're telling Meta you want people who add to cart by setting your conversion event that way, it is going to simply go after people who fulfill that action, regardless of what type of person they are. Are they someone who window shops? Are they someone who actually adds to cart and goes on and purchases? It doesn't care. You've just told it to get add to carts. And sometimes initially you'll see good results because you have that low hanging fruit. A lot of people who are the kind of people who add to cart and purchase. But once they've been used up, it's going to be heavily going towards the people who just simply add to cart. And because Meta is a machine learning platform, this is going to compound over time. And when you do go to switch it to the purchase conversion event, it is still going to go and bring in those window shopper people because you've trained it to do that, which means you're going to have a higher CPA as a result on those purchase optimized campaigns. And by the way, this same thing is true if you've just started a new account. Ever heard someone say to warm up the pixel? Nonsense. Every single dropshipper disproves this theory already because their whole business model is built on finding a product that gets conversion straight away when you run it on purchase conversion ads. And Meta updated their algorithm a long time ago to utilize pixel data from different people in its optimizing for you. i.e., if you have a competitor who's been running ads for 5 years and they have a pixel on their website, the algorithm is able to tap into that data in order to optimize ads for you, who's just a new account that's just started with no pixel data built up. The same goes for TikTok ads for that matter. I've seen big names as well as TikTok's team who probably are just coming from Meta, in all honesty, telling you that you need to warm it up because the algorithm is different, starting with traffic and then moving to add to cart and then moving to purchase optimization events. This is nonsense. Yes, the algorithm is different, but you don't need to do this. Go straight in and purchase. That is what you want to get, and you will get results doing it that way. If you're not getting those, you don't have a big enough budget or you don't have good enough creative, you changing the optimization event is not going to change those two things. So what should you do instead? Well, other than checking out my Facebook ads course and learning these little things that you just never find online, as well as exactly how to run Facebook ads properly, including the strategies to do it, link in the description, by the way, you should move to a more consolidated account structure if you want to get out of the learning phase. And how do you do that? Well, advertise less products for a start, focus on your top performing product, bring traffic in that way and scale that up until you can exit the learning phase and have enough budget, surplus budget, to then introduce another campaign for a different product. Remember, people going on your website who are coming in on one product are still going to buy your other products. They're going to explore. So you don't need to have a campaign for every single product that you offer. You probably also want to do less testing if you're not exiting the learning phase. And generally that's going to come down to creative testing, because you're then spreading your budget and you've got less budget going towards the main campaign and it's stuck in the learning phase. Plus, if you're stuck in learning limited when you're doing creative tests, you're not giving them a proper test because you're testing it in a volatile environment, and it might not be accurate, the results you're getting back. And finally, try a one campaign strategy. I've talked about this in other videos and it's in my course. So go check that out if you want to see how to do it. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, never optimize for add to cart. And if a Meta Marketing Pro tells you to do something and you want a second opinion, you can always ask me in the comments. I'll always reply and I'll let you know what the truth is.